Hello, and welcome to this video tutorial on applying a credit on your UAN payment to Opers. The steps are applicable for small credits, typically a few cents each month, that can result from rounding differences between UAN and Opers. You may also have credits that may have accumulated over a period of months or even longer, and the adjustment can be applied to up to $1 of accumulated rounding variances. In our example township, it's mid-September, and we're getting ready to make our Opers payment for August. That is, for our wages that were posted with August pay period end dates. We have already uploaded the Opers contributions report to the Opers website. The Opers site came up with a grand total of $2,769.42. However, UN came up with a different number. Let's take a look at our Opers contribution report produced by UAN, which I have open here. I've printed it for internal use only. That way it'll show the employer share, which the report normally does not print that amount. When I take the cumulative total of all of my employee contributions, $1,153.94, and add it to the employer share of the 14%, it comes to a grand total of $2,769.44. Compare that to Opers' calculation, and we have a difference of 2 cents. This again is a result of rounding. We can adjust for this variance in UAN's withholding payment, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I've got the withholding payments screen open. Of course, if you've done payroll before, you know you would go to Transactions, Withholding Payments, and to add the payment, you click on the Add button and choose State Retirement, either warrant or electronic. At our township, we pay online, so I'm going to choose electronic. I'll fill in the post date, and then I'll pick Opers. And that will pull in my employee wages. And I want to first, as I always do, confirm that the month that defaulted in, the month of wages that defaulted into the screen actually is the month that I need to pay for. And it is, it's August for those pay period end dates. So I can now select all of my wages using the header Select All checkbox. Once I do that, it's going to give me a grand total of the calculated amount for our withholding payment. And as you can see, that up to the amount that was calculated through the Opers contributions report that we printed. To adjust for the difference, we need to click on the Employer Accounts tab, which is located near the center of the screen. When we click on the Employer Accounts tab, it reveals all the account codes that will be charged for the employer's share of this Opers payment. Notice there is an adjustment column, and that is where we can type in our adjustment, whether it can be a positive number or a negative adjustment to our total amount. In our situation, it's going to be a reduction. So we click over one of the fields, and then I'll type a minus sign since we're reducing 2 cents off our calculated amount. So minus 0.02. We'll press the tab key, or you could also press the enter key to update our total. So now our grand total matches the Opers calculated amount. I could save and close this, but let's change the example a little bit. Say that we do have a rounding difference in August, but Opers has informed us that, hey, since we just started paying online, in the past we've paid by check, and we've just paid the UAN calculated amount by warrant all that time, and we've accumulated a 22-cent credit, again resulting from rounding differences between Opers and UAN. But over the months or even years perhaps, this is accumulated to a total of 22 cents that is a credit that Opers would like us to apply. We just never have applied it online. So to do that, we'll just bump up our adjustment amount in our example to 24 cents, accounting for this month's rounding difference and the credit. All right, so now I can save and close. I would post and print this voucher and then go to Opers' website and apply the credit there, paying the reduced amount. One final note about using this adjustment option on the withholding transaction form, and I'll just go back to that form while we're talking about this. This option is only intended to account for small variances, which are typically just a few pennies. The auditor's office recognizes that some entities may have allowed these variances to accumulate over a long period, as we saw in our example. To account for such situations, the Auditor of State's office permits UN to allow for a maximum of $1 per Opers withholding payment using this adjustment method. The maximum adjustment at the time of this recording can either be minus 25 cents or a positive 25 cents. Starting with UN version 2018.1, the maximum adjustment will be a total of $1 plus or minus. If Opers has informed you that your entity is due a much larger credit, say several dollars or even more, then there are other methods to apply the credit in UAN, but the steps will depend on the reason for the large credit. If you don't know the reason, you may need to do some investigation to find out, and UAN can suggest some reports that may help. Contact UAN support for more information to get started. I hope this video was helpful. If you would like further assistance with this, or with other questions about UAN, please call UAN support at 1-800-833-8261 or visit uanlink.ohioauditor.gov.